It was a cold, rainy night at the small gas station on the edge of town. The neon lights flickered, casting long shadows across the wet asphalt. Inside, the night shift was quiet. Only a few customers were scattered around, sipping coffee or buying snacks. The janitor, Marcus, was wiping the floors, tired from a long day, when the bell above the door jingled loudly. A sleek black car screeched to a stop outside. The door slammed open, and a young woman in a designer coat ran inside. Her hair was wet from the rain, her eyes wide with panic. In her arms, she held a small baby, barely a few months old. She looked around frantically, as if searching for someone. Marcus watched her carefully. There was fear in her eyes, something he couldn't quite understand. She ran to the counter, dropped a small bag of money, and whispered sharply, "I need your help. Please. Just watch him for a little while." Before Marcus could respond, she gently placed the baby in his arms and dashed back to the door. Her heels clicked against the wet pavement as she ran to her car, leaving Marcus frozen with the child in his hands. "Wait!" Marcus called, but she didn't look back. She jumped into the car and drove off into the rainy night. The baby, crying softly, looked up at Marcus with tiny, innocent eyes. Marcus's heart pounded. He had no idea what to do. He glanced around. No one seemed to notice what had just happened. A cashier behind the counter raised an eyebrow but said nothing. The other customers pretended not to see. Marcus held the baby close, feeling the tiny body shiver. He read the note pinned to the baby's coat. In shaky handwriting it said, "Take care of him. Don't let anyone take him. I can't explain now. I'm sorry." He frowned. Who was this woman? Why would a rich lady leave her baby in a gas station with him, a simple janitor? Marcus's mind raced. He had seen people abandon pets, sometimes even cars, but a baby? This was something else. The baby cried louder. Marcus rocked him gently, whispering soothing words. "It's okay, little one. You're safe with me." But deep down, Marcus felt the weight of the responsibility. He had no experience raising a child, no family to help him, and yet, here he was, holding the future of someone else's life in his hands. Outside, the rain kept pouring, and the streetlights flickered. Marcus peeked out the window, half expecting the woman to return. But the road was empty. She was gone, and with her, all the questions about why she had left her baby, why she seemed so desperate, and why she had trusted him. Marcus took a deep breath. He knew he had to act. First, he needed to feed the baby, then change him. As he settled into the small janitor's office, he whispered, "Don't worry. I'll take care of you. I promise." But even as he spoke, a cold shiver ran down his spine. That note, the way she had looked at him before leaving, it felt like a warning. Marcus didn't know if it was a threat, a plea, or something far more dangerous. One thing was clear, his life was about to change forever. As he held the baby close, Marcus glanced at the clock. It was almost midnight. Outside, the storm raged on. Inside, a janitor and an abandoned baby stared at each other, both unaware of the challenges and mysteries that awaited them in the coming days. And somewhere, far away, a wealthy woman sped through the night, thinking she had escaped, but leaving behind a secret that would not stay buried for long. Marcus knew his life had changed the moment the baby's tiny hands grasped his fingers. Naming the little girl Lily, he promised himself he would protect her, no matter what. But protecting a child alone was no easy task. Marcus worked long hours at the gas station, cleaning floors, fixing broken machines, and barely earning enough to pay the rent for his small apartment. Every night, when he returned home, soaked from the rain or exhausted from work, Lily's soft cries greeted him. Her tiny face, innocent and trusting, reminded him why he couldn't give up. He would rock her gently, whispering, "You're safe now, Lily. I'll never let anyone hurt you." Raising a child in secret was dangerous. Social services checked the neighborhood often, and neighbors whispered about Marcus's odd lifestyle. He was a black janitor with a baby, no family to explain his situation. Some nights he worried someone would notice and take Lily away. Yet, Marcus refused to let fear control him. He taught himself to cook baby food, change diapers with speed, and lull her to sleep with songs he barely remembered from his childhood. Lily grew quickly. By her second birthday, she could walk and babble like a tiny chatterbox. By 3, she was curious, always exploring corners of the small apartment. Marcus laughed at her mischief but constantly worried about her safety. She once tried to climb the kitchen counter, and he had to catch her just in time. Despite the hardships, they shared moments of pure happiness. Rainy days became playtime adventures. Marcus would lift Lily high and spin her around, making her giggle. At night, he would tell her stories about heroes and brave adventurers, careful not to reveal anything about her mother. He couldn't risk Lily knowing about the woman who had abandoned her, at least. Not yet, but life outside their small home was never calm. People sometimes stared, made rude comments, or whispered nasty things. Marcus ignored them, but he felt the sting of judgment deep in his bones. He knew Lily would have to face the world someday, and he wanted to prepare her. He wanted her to grow strong, smart, and brave. One evening, as Marcus tucked Lily into bed, a strange feeling washed over him. He noticed a man across the street, leaning against a lamppost, watching their window. Marcus froze. Was it a stranger? Someone sent by her mother? He couldn't tell, and before he could react, the man disappeared into the shadows. Marcus didn't speak of it that night, but the incident left a mark on his mind. He realized that Lily's past, her mother, and the mysterious reasons for her abandonment were not as buried as he had hoped. Someone somewhere was watching and maybe waiting. Years passed. Lily's small giggles filled the apartment, but the fear of discovery always lingered in Marcus's mind. He learned to read her expressions, her small gestures, and even the way she reacted to strangers. She was clever, quick, and brave, more so than Marcus had imagined. One rainy night, as he held Lily close and listened to her soft breathing, Marcus whispered, "I will always keep you safe. Lily, no matter what comes, we face it together." He didn't know it yet, but that promise would soon be tested in ways neither of them could imagine. Outside, in the darkness of the city, eyes watched silently. Letters would arrive. Secrets would surface. And 5 years later, a woman would return, expecting to find a child, and discovering something that would freeze her in shock. 5 years had passed since Marcus first held Lily in his arms at that rainy gas station. Lily had grown into a bright, lively little girl, full of curiosity and energy. Her laughter filled their small apartment, turning it into a world of warmth and love. Yet, Marcus could never fully relax. Something about the night she was abandoned, the note left behind, and the fear in her mother's eyes haunted him. One quiet afternoon, Marcus took Lily to the park. She ran ahead, her pigtails bouncing, collecting flowers and chasing pigeons. Marcus followed, his eyes scanning the playground, not just for Lily's safety, but for any sign that someone was watching. Over the years, he had learned to trust his instincts. They had saved him once before. Today, his instincts screamed louder than ever. Across the park, near a bench, sat a man he had never seen before. He was dressed simply, but there was something about his calm, almost cold demeanor that made Marcus tense. The man's gaze was fixed on Lily, as if studying her every move. Marcus walked over cautiously, holding Lily's hand tightly. "Can I help you?" he asked, trying to keep his voice steady. The stranger smiled faintly. "I think you know who I am," he said in a low, deliberate tone. "And I think you know why I'm here." Marcus frowned. "I don't know you." "And Lily, stay close to me." The man's eyes flicked to Lily. "She's special, isn't she?" he said. "Do you know why her mother left her?" Marcus's heart raced. How could this stranger possibly know anything? He tightened his grip on Lily. No one knows why. And you'd better leave before I call the police. The stranger shook his head slowly. No, Marcus. You need to hear this. Her mother. She left for a reason. Something dangerous. Something that could put Lily at risk even now. Lily tilted her head, sensing the tension in the air. Marcus crouched down to her level. Honey, stay close to me, okay? Just don't talk to strangers. The man leaned closer to Marcus, his voice barely a whisper. You're brave, keeping her safe all these years. But you must know. The past has a way of catching up. You think you've hidden her, but someone powerful is looking. Soon, there will be no place to run. Before Marcus could respond, the man stood up, adjusted his coat, and walked away, disappearing into the crowd. He left behind an envelope just lying on the park bench. Marcus picked it up with shaking hands. The envelope had Lily's name written on it in elegant handwriting. He opened it carefully. Inside was a single sheet of paper. In big letters it read, Your mother is coming back. Be ready. Marcus felt a chill run down his spine. He folded the paper slowly, hiding it in his pocket. He knew this was just the beginning. Someone or something from Lily's past was moving closer. And unlike the stranger in the park, this presence would not be polite or patient. For the rest of the day, Marcus was on high alert. He kept Lily close, taking her back home through quiet streets, scanning windows, and listening to every sound. His mind raced. Who could be behind this? Was it her mother? Or someone else connected to the family she had never known? That night, as Marcus tucked Lily into bed, he stared out the window, heart pounding. He whispered softly, We've kept each other safe for 5 years. But I think it's about to get harder, Lily. You're going to need me more than ever. Lily yawned, half asleep, oblivious to the growing shadow over her life. But Marcus couldn't shake the feeling that their peaceful world was about to shatter. It had been 5 years since Marcus first held Lily in his arms at the gas station. 5 years of laughter, small victories, and quiet evenings at home. Marcus had done everything to give Lily a normal life, shielding her from the world she didn't yet understand. But the calm he had built was about to shatter. One sunny afternoon, Marcus decided to take Lily to the small park near their apartment. She skipped ahead, picking flowers, laughing, and chasing butterflies. Marcus followed, a faint unease settling over him. Something in the air felt different. He couldn't put his finger on it, but his instincts, honed over years of raising Lily alone, told him that today their world would change. And then, he saw her. A sleek black car rolled to a stop by the park. The door opened, and out stepped a woman in a designer coat. Her hair was perfectly styled, and she moved with the confident elegance of someone used to being in control. Marcus's heart froze. It was her, the millionaire who had abandoned Lily all those years ago. Her eyes fell on Lily immediately. For a moment, she didn't move, as if she couldn't believe how much the little girl had grown. Lily, unaware of who this woman was, turned and waved, her innocent smile lighting up her face. Marcus stepped in front of Lily instinctively, shielding her. Who are you? What are you doing here? His voice was firm but cautious. The woman's eyes softened for a brief moment, but there was a strange tension in her smile. Marcus, it's been a long time, she said quietly. Her gaze shifted to Lily. And you? You've grown so much. Marcus didn't respond. He tightened his grip on Lily's hand, his mind racing. Why was she here now? Why hadn't she contacted him earlier? The woman took a careful step closer. I know I left. I know it was wrong, she said, her voice trembling slightly. But I had my reasons. Dangerous reasons. I couldn't bring her into that world. I thought she'd be safer with you. Marcus's eyes narrowed. Safer? You left her with a stranger with me. You disappeared without a word." His anger was raw, but beneath it, a flicker of fear remained. Why had she come back? The woman sighed and reached into her purse. Marcus's eyes followed her every move. She pulled out a small folded note, the kind she had left with Lily years ago. "I wanted to explain," she said. "But it's not safe to talk here. Someone is watching. They know about her." Lily tugged at Marcus's sleeve, sensing the tension. "Daddy, who is she?" she asked softly. Marcus knelt down, putting a protective arm around her. She's someone from the past, honey. Don't worry about her." But he could feel it, the unease, the danger in the air. Marcus realized that the stranger who had warned him months ago in the park had been right. Her past wasn't gone. And now it was here, standing in front of him, threatening to unravel everything he had fought so hard to protect. The millionaire took a hesitant step back, her eyes darting nervously. "I didn't come to take her. Not yet. I needed to see her. To know she's safe." Marcus didn't relax. He knew her words could be a trap, a trick, or worse, a warning of something he didn't understand yet. He held Lily close, ready to defend her against anyone, even her own mother. The park was quiet, except for the soft hum of the city around them. Marcus kept Lily close, her tiny hand gripping his, as if she could sense the tension in the air. The millionaire stood a few steps away, her eyes darting nervously between Marcus and Lily. She had returned after 5 long years, and the weight of her presence pressed heavily on Marcus. "I owe you an explanation," she said finally, her voice trembling slightly. "I didn't just leave Lily because I wanted to. There were things I couldn't tell anyone. Things that could have put her in danger." Marcus didn't respond. He only tightened his hold on Lily, who now looked up at the woman with innocent curiosity. "I had enemies," the woman continued, her eyes darkening with memory. "People who wanted to hurt my family, take everything. When Lily was born, they would have come after her. I couldn't let that happen. I thought, if I left her with someone who didn't belong to that world, she'd be safe. I thought I could protect her that way." Marcus's jaw tightened. He had spent 5 years raising Lily alone, struggling, fighting to give her a safe life. And now he was supposed to understand? "So you left her crying in my arms and disappeared. That's your way of protecting her?" he asked, voice sharp. The woman flinched, but nodded slowly. "I had no choice. I thought it was the only way. But I've watched from afar. I've made sure she was never in harm's way." Lily tilted her head, her small brow furrowed. "Mommy, is that you?" she asked softly. The word felt strange on Marcus's ears. For 5 years, Lily had no idea who her mother was. The millionaire stepped closer but hesitated. She reached into her purse, pulling out a small folder. Marcus tensed instantly, unsure of her intentions. "There's something else," she said, her voice almost a whisper. "Something you need to see. Something that explains why I had to leave." Marcus kept his protective stance, but curiosity and fear gnawed at him. The woman opened the folder, revealing documents, photographs, and letters. They were evidence of a conspiracy, threatening her family's fortune and Lily's life. "These people, they wanted my wealth, and they would have taken Lily too," she said, her voice cracking. "I thought leaving her with you would save her. But now, it's clear I underestimated the danger." Marcus's heart raced. The woman's words painted a picture far darker than he had imagined. The life he had built, the quiet safety he thought he had given Lily, was just the calm before a storm. Before Marcus could respond, Lily pointed to a photo in the folder. "Daddy, who is this man?" she asked, her voice curious but innocent. Marcus glanced quickly. The photo showed a shadowy figure, a stranger with a dangerous aura. He realized immediately, this was the reason her mother had left her. Someone powerful, someone who wouldn't stop. Suddenly, The woman gasped and leaned forward, as if something had just hit her. Marcus stepped closer, worried. She fumbled with the folder, dropping a small folded envelope. Marcus picked it up carefully. On it, in the same handwriting from the day she abandoned Lily, were 3 words that froze him. "They are coming." The woman looked up, fear flashing in her eyes. "I didn't know who to trust. But now it's time to face the truth." Marcus held Lily close. He knew that her life had just changed again. The peaceful years they had shared were gone, replaced by secrets, threats, and dangers from a past he didn't fully understand. The city lights flickered through the small apartment window as Marcus stared at the envelope in his hands. The words, "They are coming," burned into his mind. For 5 years he had protected Lily from the world, from strangers, from judgment. But now the danger was real, closer than ever, and connected to the very woman who had abandoned her. He glanced at Lily, sleeping peacefully in her bed. Her small chest rose and fell with quiet innocence, completely unaware of the storm approaching. Marcus's heart ached. How could he explain to a 5-year-old that people were hunting her, that her life depended on secrets she didn't even know? The millionaire sat nearby, her designer coat now draped over the chair, eyes filled with worry. "I should have told you everything before," she said quietly. "There's a reason I left her. A secret that could cost lives if it falls into the wrong hands." Marcus's gaze hardened. "Then tell me now. Every detail. I need to know what we're up against." The woman pulled a set of documents from her purse. Photos, letters, and confidential files spilled across the small table. "This," she said, pointing at a photo of a powerful man with a cold stare, "is the one behind it all. He wants our family fortune. And he knows about Lily. He will stop at nothing to get her." Marcus clenched his fists. "So this is why you left her? To hide her from him?" The woman nodded. "Yes, I thought leaving her with someone unknown, someone safe, would protect her. But now he's found clues. Someone's been watching Lily. Someone knows she's the key." A chill ran down Marcus's spine. He thought of the stranger in the park months ago, the envelope, the warning. This wasn't just a threat, it was real, immediate. And it was bigger than he had imagined. Suddenly, there was a loud bang at the apartment door. Marcus's heart jumped. He moved in front of Lily instinctively, ready to defend her. Footsteps approached quickly. A shadow passed the frosted glass. Marcus grabbed the nearest object, a heavy broom, and prepared himself. "Stay behind me, Lily," he whispered. The door rattled violently. Someone tried to force it open. Marcus swung the door wide and came face to face with a masked intruder. The man froze, taken aback by Marcus's sudden strength and resolve. But he didn't flee. Instead, he lunged toward the apartment, determined. Marcus fought with all his strength, pushing the intruder back. The millionaire screamed, pulling Lily out of harm's way. In the struggle, the intruder dropped a folder, a copy of documents revealing that Lily was not just a child, but the rightful heir to a fortune someone powerful would kill for. Marcus snatched it up, realizing the full truth. Lily's life had been in danger the moment she was born. Her mother's disappearance, the years of secrecy, and the warnings, they were all part of a plan to keep her safe. And yet, now enemies had found her. The intruder finally fled, leaving Marcus, Lily, and her mother trembling but alive. Marcus held Lily tightly, feeling both relief and fear. He knew this was only the beginning. Whoever wanted Lily wouldn't stop until they had what they were after. The millionaire stepped closer, her eyes wet with guilt and fear. "I never wanted this for her. For either of you," she whispered. "But the secret, it's bigger than all of us. And now we have to fight together." Marcus looked at her, then at Lily. "I've kept her safe for 5 years. And I'll do it again. But I need to know everything. No more secrets." The woman nodded. "No more secrets. You need to know who was after her. And why. The night was darker than usual, shadows stretching across the city streets like fingers. Marcus paced nervously in the apartment, holding Lily close. Her mother stood beside him, tense but alert. The events of the past days, the mysterious letters, the intruder, and the shocking documents had brought them to this moment. "They'll come tonight," the millionaire whispered, her voice tight with fear. "We can't hide anymore. We have to face them." Marcus's eyes narrowed. He had spent 5 years protecting Lily, and he wasn't about to let anyone harm her now. "We face them together," he said firmly. "No matter what." Outside, the city was quiet. Too quiet. Then, the faint sound of footsteps echoed through the alley below. Marcus peeked through the window. Shadows moved closer, and he saw the figures of men, masked and armed, advancing toward the building. They weren't just after money, they were after Lily. Marcus turned to Lily. "Stay behind me, Lily, don't move." She nodded, her small hands gripping his tightly. The door burst open with a loud crash. The intruders stormed in, their eyes cold and merciless. Marcus grabbed a heavy broom and stood in their path. "I warned you. Stay back," he shouted. The millionaire stepped forward, her voice surprisingly strong. "You want her? You'll have to go through me too." A tense struggle erupted. Marcus fought fiercely, using every ounce of strength to push the intruders back. His heart pounded as he blocked their attacks, protecting Lily from harm. She huddled behind him, eyes wide but curious, sensing the danger but trusting her protector completely. Amid the chaos, one of the intruders lunged toward Lily. Marcus moved faster than he thought possible, pushing the intruder away just in time. The millionaire grabbed a nearby lamp and swung it, scattering papers and sending another intruder sprawling. Suddenly, Lily did something no one expected. She reached out and grabbed the fallen folder containing the documents. Her small voice rang out, "Stop! Leave us alone." Marcus froze for a moment, astonished. Lily's courage shone through her innocence. The intruders paused, confused and stunned by the bravery of a 5-year-old. Seizing the moment, Marcus shouted, "Now go! Get out of here!" One by one, the intruders fled, realizing that this fight was not worth it. They disappeared into the night, leaving Marcus, Lily, and her mother standing in the wreckage of the apartment. Marcus hugged Lily tightly. "You were amazing, Lily, so brave." Her eyes sparkled with pride and relief. The millionaire stepped forward, tears in her eyes. I never wanted her to see this," she said softly. "But she's stronger than I imagined." She looked at Marcus, gratitude and guilt in her gaze. "You protected her. Better than I ever could. I can never thank you enough." Marcus shook his head. "You did what you thought was right. But she's ours now. We protect her together." Outside, the night was calm again, but Marcus knew the danger was never truly gone. He looked at Lily, who was holding the documents tightly, a determined look on her little face. She was no longer just a child, she was the key to a story filled with secrets, danger, and courage.